it up. It's The Record Machine with your host, Jimmy Howe.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from the band Signal 13 singer Vicky Starr to the program.
Hi, Jimmy. This is Vicky Starr. How are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Well, thank you.
Awesome. You calling from Baltimore, huh?
Yes, we are.
How is it
Are you
there?
up in New Jersey?
No, I used to live in New Jersey. I moved to North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina 2 years ago.
Really? Oh, that's nice down there.
Yeah, I just kept my same, cell phone number because, everybody has my number that I'm in contact with, so I didn't want to change it,
Right. Absolutely.
Have you ever been to Myrtle Beach?
My son went to school down there, and he painted all the trash. He had as a graphic design, and he painted the trash trucks and the police cars. So he was living down in Myrtle Beach for 4 years.
Where did you go? Coastal Carolina?
Coastal Carolina.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, that's not that far from us. A lot of people, yeah.
Two of our sets of our friends, just they're in the elevator union. Now they bought a house down there in Myrtle Beach, and they're trying to wait for his transfer to come because they've already sold their home up here and they're out.
Where do they work for, Otis?
Yeah, they work for Otis. Yeah, he's in the union.
Yeah, Otis is big down here. So how's everything going there in Baltimore?
It's been, I have to tell you, last week it was great. This week is not so great because we went from being underneath the limit with this COVID virus to being now at 18%, and nobody's letting us come out to play.
Wow.
I'm not talking about come out to play. Like you can't leave the state. Anytime you leave, they're making us get restricted, and you gotta be on a 2-week restriction everywhere you go.
Wow.
And we haven't played music all year.
Wow.
And since this COVID thing hit, we played a show on March 7th, and then after that was it. We released our album, the EP, on April 17th, and when we finally could get back together in May, we started writing the next album, and that's what we've been doing.
Oh, okay.
We've been in the studio and writing, and we almost played a show back in July, but then the Pennsylvania governor said, nope, that is considered an indoor place, because I thought it was outdoor, because I said it was in an airplane hangar, and I envisioned an airplane hangar with all the sides open and air flowing through, and that's not what it was, and the governor said, no way.
Wow.
So that was it. That's been it. But down in the South, it seems to be you guys got hit. Now it's not coming back as bad. But in the North and Midwest, it's been not as good. Yeah,
it's pretty nice here. It's quiet. Not too many cases being reported as of yet.
Yeah, and you guys have been open. I mean, guys, I saw live music down there because, like I said, our friends are moving down there, and they go down there all the time. And they had live music out there.
Oh, yeah. Well, everything's, we have Suck Bang Blow is a big bar that a lot of bands play at. If you ever come down to play, you should definitely try playing there.
Wow.
Suck Bang Blow and Merle's Inlet.
There you go. Merle's Inlet. It's like, when we were a cover project, because I always say when you're an original band, there's going to be hundreds and thousands of musicians that are going to make music that we're never going to hear because it's the chicken or the egg. And we did a lot of studying, and I said we're going to have to be a cover project because it's always, do you have fans? Do you have a following? Do you have this? And we did it for 2 years and got a big following. And one of the things I found is that playing down at the beaches or in marinas where people are in the summertime versus playing a bar where it's empty. We parked in marinas and we parked at the beach for 2 summers. Had a blast, played a lot of music, had a really good time. Before we cut over into the original project. Right. And that's what we did. And there is nothing better than marina bars and playing the beach in the summertime.
Oh, I'm sure, because you're getting literally getting people from all over the country that are being exposed to your music.
Right. And people are in boats. They're all over. I mean, when they're driving around in these giant boats, they're from all over the country. We got invited to play private parties for the wintertime from people that had seen us at one of these marinas.
I believe it. It's awesome,
and it was
man.
fun. I mean, they're like, here, we'd like to pay you $1,500 to come play for 2 hours. Can you do that for us? Sure.
Yeah, well, if they have a yacht, I'm sure they can afford that. You know what I mean?
It was like, yeah, sure, no problem. And I'm like, oh, and we'll provide everything you need.
It's probably ashtray money, right?
And I'm like, okay. And then we played a lot with a lot of the Fast Boys racing team. They're one of the hydroplane racing teams. We played a whole bunch of parties for them.
Wow.
And they're like, it's $2,000. Can you play some extra music? Here's another $700. Can you do that? I mean, it's lots of money out there, and I understand. And there's a lot of people out there that play a lot of cover music. The money is ridiculously good. And when you go into doing your own music, people are like, who are you? What?
Yeah, but I mean, I guess if you do it,
you know your music. And I'm like, oh my God, you go from being the most popular group in the entire mid-Atlantic area to being who?
You got to do the covers and then sneak in a few originals. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what we kind of did in January. We started after we got the songs copywritten.
Mm-hmm.
We were playing a casino and people started digging them. And then we had 4 shows between when when our music got copyrighted and then COVID happened. And places were packed and they were digging it. And I'm like, this is a good sign. This is a good sign. And it was, then COVID happened and then everything went poof like that.
Yeah, I know. It sucks. The band Signal 13, can you tell us about the players in the band, who they are?
Sure. So John Lasseter is the lead guitar player. He came from the Tennessee area. He had played with some other big artists like Alabama and Ted Nugent. Then there was John Atkinson. He's our drummer. Mm-hmm. He came from some original projects and he was drumming for them. Pat Jenkins, he came from a punk group and was with Pillbox, and he's in our band. Chris Starr, he was in a cover project called High Velocity. And then there's me.
Now, you and Chris, are you related?
We're married, actually.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, because I saw the same last name. I wasn't sure if you were married or if you were like brother and sister. I didn't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, we're actually married. And that's how we all get together and got together. We had a couple other different players throughout the years because doing original music versus covers, because of the lucrative business in which it is, people don't want to do that. So we had to get the right team involved, because when you start doing original music and you got to travel with them, you got to be sure you can stay on a tour bus and stand each other for a little bit of time.
Now, I know you said you were working on some new music, but you did put out an album in April, Destination Unknown. Can you talk about that a little bit?
So Destination Unknown, I made sure we released one song at a time in the electronic world of Spotify, Google, Apple. I didn't really know if people were going to dig the music. Mm-hmm. And I did not want to take a chance in that, because when you release everything, I just didn't have the confidence with where people's music tastes are in today's music. And people started digging it. So then we released Karma next, and we did a little word video because everybody was in the COVID nightmare. Mm-hmm. And then when we finally could get back together, we filmed the next video for Stay With Me and released that. And then we released quietly, soft release of our Make It Rain. And then we released on October 23rd, All Fired Up. And so we've had like 3 major releases this year because the music was doing really well. We've had over 1.5 million spins and views on YouTube, Spotify, across the board. Through terrestrial radio, mm-hmm. We have charted with the songs. Highest one before All Fired Up was number 3, and that was actually Make It Rain. And then All Fired Up got number 1 in terrestrial radio. Thanks, everybody.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. Now, you mentioned several videos, and I've noticed them on YouTube. Do you enjoy making videos as much as you do recording the music?
I do. I like it because I try to come up with an idea that tells a story. First one was Dirty. That actually was in an 1856 warehouse, and it's still functional today because it was really about hardworking people. And we went back to probably one of the biggest areas where it was hardworking, where Bethlehem Steel was and Lever Brothers, and that was over in Dundalk area. And that is a really hardworking blue collar, coming back to all of our roots. Came from all blue collar, and we filmed it there. It's still a pipe functioning factory since the 1800s. When we did Stay With Me, it's about loss, and we filmed that up in Pennsylvania at a bed and breakfast that is the 7th most haunted facility in the United States. It's been on all kinds of ghost chaser things. And the funniest thing is, in that video, you'll see in the video the chair starts rocking. The reason why that's in that, it wasn't rocking initially and then started rocking.
Wow.
And I was like, woo!
That's cool.
Yeah. And then when we took some pictures, when I walked through that trellis, there was a moon above. And when you went back and we took a picture, there it looked like electronic footprints in there, a real picture. And that was you didn't see that in the video, but it was in a picture we had. So it was like there was people there. And that used to be a funeral parlor back in the day in the Civil War time. And that's where we filmed that video to come up with things. Cool. When we did All Fired Up, the stage in which we had, I dreamt that stage. And I drew it out on a piece of paper and handed it to Event Tech, and I said, can you make this stage? And he goes, okay, Vicky. And I handed it to him. And I went in there and I'm like, oh my God, it's just like my dream. And it was there. And we filmed that day, and we filmed a concert that's going to come out in the near future.
Wow. That's pretty cool. Are you going to put it out on DVD?
No, we're actually going to it'll be on on Facebook. And we'll tell everybody where that's going to be here in the very near future.
Wow, that's pretty cool. How long does it take to come up with the concept for the videos and then film everything?
Well, when we did Dirty, it took us a whole day on Saturday. We're writing all kinds of ideas, and then we just said, no, we're just going to do a concert. It was just becoming too much. And I wanted some fireworks like displays. That was the hardest thing because those fireworks that we had in the video they're cold fireworks. And we had to have somebody get certified to shoot them for 10 seconds. And it was a 4-hour certification just to do that. Wow. So when people go, oh, that's nothing. Well, it was, because we had to get certified and we had to get somebody that was a fireworks shooter, and we had to get a permit. And it was like, it turned this whole thing. So that happened. When we did Stay With Me, because we were in quarantine for so long, I had an idea about this house, and I went up there and walked around, and my arm just got goosebumps all over it. And we were standing in this, they said, oh, this is the receiving parlor, and where the dining room was where the caskets would be. Mm-hmm. And I said, this could have white roses everywhere and all the different stuff. And I said, John goes outside, and I said, but when we're outside, we're the ghosts. That's why it's black and white when we're outside. Mm-hmm. But when we're inside, we're the ghosts that live in that house, because that's why we're in color. And that came up with that kind of stuff. And then we saw these mirrors we had when we did that. And when we went there, when you look at the props, I'm like, oh, we got to use this mirror in this. We got to use this in this. Because we had creepy pictures that when you shine the light on, they literally changed. Mm-hmm. And it was just unusual. But when that chair started rocking, I was like, okay, we're good. That's going to go in that. And I said, okay, ghosts, we're nice people. We're not here to hurt you. And then when we talked about All Fired Up, we wanted, since we didn't get to go out on tour, like we had all these plans to do, we wanted people to get to know us. And I wanted background stuff so people could figure out our personalities, and that we're pretty fun to be around. We're pretty laid back too. We do a lot of jokes to each other the whole time we're there. We wanted our crew involved because they could have went and did anything else, but they helped and stayed with us even through COVID. They didn't go anywhere. They're hanging out, and they took care of us the whole day when we were there. It's the first time we'd seen them the whole year.
Wow. What's it like opening up for bands like Kix and Great White? Got any cool stories about that?
Well, so the funniest thing is, when you get that call, you sit there and you're like, what? And you're like, yes. And we get there and you have to do everything, and you're signing all these contracts that you've never signed before, and you got to be there at this time because you're the opening band. You better not be late or you're not going to play, and all this stuff. And we get there, and the Kix team had just arrived. Their crew had just arrived. Great White's crew hadn't even arrived, and we're there, and they're like, okay, you guys can go up to the hotel and hang out until we call you. So up there, and the only thing you're doing is sitting there topping your nails, reflat ironing all your hair, everybody's pressing all their clothes again. We get all dressed, and they're like, okay, yeah, we're going to set you up, and you got to go on in 25 minutes. And you don't realize how fast you have to get on and off the stage, because that's all that matters there. And funniest thing is, both the road crews kept saying to the lead guitar player and Chris, do you know she's a girl singing rock? He goes, really? Wow. He goes, don't judge a book by its cover. And at the end, they're like, holy cow, that was a big ass voice. And that was really funny, because that's what the only thing I said, if I get asked more times, do you know you're a girl? Really? Wow, I didn't know that.
Wow.
And that's one of the things that they always say, because you see a girl, you don't think that they're going to rock or have anything to do. They're not like that. But we can impress them and change some things around. We got off the stage. They were in 3.5 minutes. Their crew, all of our stuff sitting on the side so they could get in. They came over, said hello. They enjoyed things. Their crew was super nice to us then. And Kix came up the ground from the thing because we're loading our truck. They said hi and stuff, but Steve Whiteman threw me a kiss and waved to me, and that was really sweet. And I really liked that. That was good.
Nice. Both great bands. Now, the Great White, was that it wasn't the Jack Russell version, right?
No, it was Mitch Malloy.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, he's a great singer, too.
He looks like a Barbie doll. He's almost too pretty. He's too pretty to be singing like that. I'm like, oh my God, his hair is, I'm like, him and I could trade hair care secrets for how long it is type thing. And he sings very well, but but the funny thing is, on that stage, I have a real problem with haze or smoke. It literally could take my vocal cords, and I can go from having really beautiful sounding material coming out to literally clamp down so tight I couldn't even get air out.
Wow.
And stand over by the fan. And crew had to run around and go tell them no more smoke. And he and Steve Whiteman had the same exact problem. They moved over and sat right down on by the fan where I was at, and they didn't move till they turned off that smoke or that that haze. It just kills us. And I was like, thank God I'm not the only one. I don't feel so bad that happened to me. It's happening to them too. So that's one of the things that we all had in common that day.
Now we're talking about some past shows, but you do have a big show coming up in March, correct?
We're going to be with Slaughter and LA Guns down in Fort Myers, Florida at the Ranch.
Wow.
And then we'll be, that is a rescheduled show twice. It was supposed to happen last year in May and then rescheduled in September. But due to our friend COVID-19, it didn't happen. But we're really thrilled about being with those guys. Saw them on the Monsters of Rock cruise and they were amazing. Slaughter. Great guys, and we're going to be moving forward, and then we'll have some good announcements. If we can get this virus under control, we've got some exciting things to happen in 2021 and bigger in 2022.
Nice. Now you guys got a lot of cool merchandise. Thanks a lot for sending me that nice package. Do you have a website that you want to promote?
Sure, www.signal13band.com. You can go up there and order t-shirts, keychains, all different, our CD, and then we have something set up with Teespring that you can even get socks and leggings and sweatshirts and all kinds of fun stuff up there to work with, and then new merch will be out next year as well.
Cool. And
masks, of course. We send everybody a mask to when they get it.
Nice.
They get any from us.
Yeah, my wife stole it.
We'll have to send you some more.
When can we expect the new album? Will that be sometime like spring of 2021, perhaps?
Well, definitely it's going to be in spring. We literally finished. Management wanted us to deliver 17 to 18 songs. Mm-hmm. And we just finished last weekend the skeleton for number 18.
Nice.
And we're going to go into rough recording, and then we are talking to some producers that have reached out and want to produce us next time. So that will happen sometime the end of the year, January-ish. And then when that's finished, then we'll pick a launch date to go. I would expect sometime March to April will be the next album. Some fun stuff coming out. Yeah. I want sexy back into rock. I don't want to see horns. I want to see people boogieing and dancing like rock. I said I could like that kind of stuff, so that's what's going to happen.
That's awesome. Any final thoughts before we go?
Everybody needs to wear a mask. Wash your hands so we can live to rock another day. We need to make sure we support all the venues out there and all the crews. Thanks, everybody, for sticking with all the bands that have worked out there, both professional and on the cover projects, because without the venues and the people that support us, we couldn't do what we do. And thank you again to all the people that have come out and seen us and are going to come out and see us next year. We look forward to rocking with you. Stay safe.
Awesome. Well, Vicky, I really appreciate you coming on the show, and I wish you guys...
I'll have Chris send some more stuff, and we can also send
you don't have
prize
to...
pack for... It doesn't matter. No, I'm going to do that.
You don't have to do that.
It's
okay.
And I'll send you a prize pack for a listener for you guys to give away if you'd like that.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you again for coming on the show, and I want to wish you guys the best of luck on the album. When the new album comes out, definitely get back in touch with me. I'd love to have you back on again.
Oh, my God. Thank you so much. We'd love to.
All right.
And maybe when we're around the town, we can stop by and get together and have some fun.
Sounds great. You stay safe, and we'll talk soon, all right?
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.